Hello everyone. Sunday morning. I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Thomas Markle delivers a letter directly to Oprah's house. Disclaimer. The full disclaimer for this video is located in the description box. These are my opinions only, and this video is for entertainment purposes. Please do your own research. All right, we go to the article from The Sun. Note at Oprah's. Meghan Markle's dad, Thomas, delivers a letter to Oprah asking to be interviewed by her about their strained relationship. Guess he feels like after watching the sit-down interview with Meghan and Harry, Thomas would like to weigh in and give his side of the story and hopefully try to reunite with his daughter. Thomas Markle has hand-delivered a letter to Oprah Winfrey. This was handed to her security guard on the outside of the gate, asking her to interview him about his relationship with his estranged daughter, Meghan. The lighting director, age 76, drove up to the chat show host £65 million luxury estate in Montecito, California on Thursday, handed the note to a masked security guard outside. Remember, he lives in Rosarito, Mexico. So it looks like this was a setup by Backgrid, and that they drove him up there and took photos of him as he was leaving the security guard and leaving the letter with him there. You can see a picture of it there. He's handing it to him directly. Says he is understood to have offered to tell his side of the story to Oprah after her explosive interview with Meghan, in which the Duchess spoke of her father's betrayal. Oprah lives just a mile from the £11 million home of Meghan, the daughter he has not spoken to for almost 3 years. It's kind of strange that we haven't seen them at their home, and it's always these different locations. And I don't know if the videos that we've seen that shows a couch with the 3 photos of the bird's nest in the back and the console table is their home or not. But it says he has not spoken to her for almost 3 years. Harry and Archie, the son-in-law and grandson that he's never met. A source told The Sun tonight Thomas delivered a letter to Oprah asking her to contact him so that he could tell his side of the story. This was not a note to Meghan and Harry. It was meant for Oprah Winfrey. Thomas watched the interview she did with them and feels he deserves a chance to have his say. Thomas is understood to have offered to tell his side of the story. And you can see again, he's handing the letter for Miss Winfrey to the security guard at her gatehouse. In January last year, more than a year before Meghan and Harry sat down with Oprah, Thomas told The Sun that he was thinking of penning a letter to the TV star. Knowing she was friends with his daughter, he said, I was going to write Oprah a letter asking her to let me have an opportunity to speak. Decorated TV lighting expert Thomas, who now lives in Rosarito, Mexico, fell out with his daughter Meg, 39, and Harry, 36, in the run-up to their wedding in 2018. She spoke to Oprah about his betrayal, to lying about posing for paparazzi pictures, which she claimed would lead to problems protecting her own children. Now, I want to say something about this. Remember that Thomas, when this first happened, and I guess he was on Good Morning Britain and talking to other TV shows, he said, until Meghan calls me, I'm going to go on and speak to a journalist or go on a morning show at least every month until he hears from his daughter. Well, that was several years ago, and he still hasn't heard from her. And then one of the things that I thought was ironic is the interview that she sat down with Oprah to tell her side of the story. She talked about how she couldn't imagine and now having Archie and hurting her child, and she just couldn't see anyone doing that. And she was speaking about her father. But don't you think it's funny that now she says in the press that she's going to continue to speak out against the royal family and the monarchy until they reach out and speak to her and handle and discuss her claims that she made against them, that she was not treated fairly and was treated differently. So it's funny, she's taken a page from her own father's book. It is believed she was talking about a notice sent around to the newspapers on behalf of her and Harry, warning them to respect Thomas's privacy. Hours later, though, it emerged that he had breached his own privacy by cooperating with the photographer. And I was going to see if it says in this picture, but I think it's Backgrid that took the photos. So Meghan told Oprah, when I said we won't be able to protect our own kids one day, and I said, so I just need you to tell me, and if you tell me the truth, we can help. Talking about whether he worked in cooperation with the paparazzi that showed a photo of him sitting in an internet cafe, reading a book about Britain's castles, and getting measured for a suit for their upcoming wedding. He wasn't able to do that, she said, and this was in the sit down with Oprah, and that for me was really resonated, especially now that as a mother, I look at Archie and I think about this child, and I generally can't imagine doing anything to intentionally cause pain to my child. Well, isn't that just the pot calling the kettle black? Because she's doing exactly that same thing, and if she really cared about Archie or the little girl that they're supposed to be having, then she wouldn't want them to be able to grow up and for the rest of their lives see an interview where she sat down with Oprah Winfrey and their father and talked about the British royal family, talked about the press in the UK, and talked about how everybody mistreated her and that she was going through all of these emotional issues and that nobody was trying to help her and that everybody was against her and that she was a prisoner and didn't have a passport, all of these things that we know to be mistruths. So there he is leaving. So guys, do you think Oprah Winfrey is going to have an interview where she invites Thomas Markle and maybe even Samantha Markle to sit down or Tom Markle Jr. and get their side of the story? I don't think she wants anybody else's side out there. But I think Oprah's got to be fuming a little bit on the inside because now I'm sure she's aware of all the contradictions that have been put out in the media about the things that Meghan said in that sit-down interview that have been disproven, and that she must feel like she was made a fool of, and integrity to her is everything, and her reputation. So while they were probably each using each other in the beginning, I think Meghan has now made Oprah look bad, and we know that she's made Harry look bad. And I don't know if this is the way for Thomas Markle to go about this or not. I just don't think he sees Meghan for who she really is, and maybe he does want to see her, have a relationship with her, but I'm not sure what his reasoning is behind it. I just don't know what to think anymore. But please leave me your opinions in the comments. Do you think Oprah will invite Thomas to sit down? Do you think he'll invite Samantha? Do you think that it will be included? Do you think Meghan's going to sit down with her again? Because we've heard that there's more remaining tape that hasn't been aired yet that may be aired later, or maybe as a part 2 where Meghan's going to expose more information out there. And then with the recent things that are going on with Harry, guys, it's going to get worse. This coming Wednesday is the 31st. It's the deadline. So I think it's going to be a flurry of articles out in the media by Meghan this week. I think she's going to do anything that she can to keep the focus on what she wants the narrative to be, and afraid of what Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II might announce. Maybe it's not going to be anything more further. Maybe it is, but I truly wish that she would remove the titles and then from the line of succession. Although I said in my last video in my prediction that I don't think that's going to be the case, but that I thought she would want to speak to Harry in person, but I don't know that he can escape Meghan and get away to go and meet with his family privately. But I'll see you in the next video. And I hope, again, have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy some time. Do something fun. And I hope it's with some family or friends. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.